This is Sandman1MT and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, hit that like and subscribe and we'll get right down to it. Stand aside, Luffy. We have a new king of the pirates. We have Brant. And I am going to go to this bank over here, withdraw a little bit of cash, and make sure I have enough wishes to get our newest pirate hero. I'm usually pull only for female characters, but if I run across a character that, well, is Brant. He's a pirate. He flies. He reminds me of Jack Sparrow. How can you not go ahead and want to play a character like this? Growing up as a kid, I always played pirates, cowboys, and Indians and things like that and used my imagination. I always wish I could be Peter Pan and fly and fight Captain Hook. This character to me is a must pull. Like I said on my channel, I don't care about the meta. I don't care how fast we clear tower. For me and my gameplay, it's more about enjoying the aspects of the storyline, the extra events that come along, and the character designs and the lore they bring with them. So, if you enjoy, go ahead and have more of a casual conversation and not worry about the most meta pull or who's going to be the next biggest thing. Come to my channel and stuff, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the characters we like and everything, and stay out of the whole I gotta have this character to go ahead and get an extra 80 wishes a year thing. So, I have now been pulling on this. He is on my guarantee. Now, I believe this is my 70th pull that I'm going for on Brant. Hopefully, I go ahead and win my 50-50 and this works out for me. When it comes up to his line, I'll go ahead and let it play out so you can hear it fully. We'll go ahead and let that take place right now.
The curtains pull back, and I am here to hunt for every laugh! Brant, at your service. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I mean, just look at that charisma, folks. I got Brant. I did go ahead and lose when I was going for my Phoebe, and I ended up getting Encore on my last video. However, I got an S2 Encore, and Brant's going to work really well with her as a support with Verena or other characters and everything else that I have my 4-star roster I'd like to go ahead and try out with unusual team comps. So we're going to go ahead and pull for his weapon over here now. Hopefully it doesn't take me a whole lot of pulls because, well, like I said, I was up late the other night and I ended up topping off my account, and I thought it failed the first time around, so I ended up double topping off. But I find, $200 that it's going to cost and everything else. Hopefully all my rolls go well and I can get this weapon a little bit earlier. Now, the great thing about Wuthering Waves and their weapon banner is at least you're guaranteed. There's no 50-50 and having to spend 160 of your gems or anything else to get what you need. So, Wuthering Waves, folks, if you're coming from other games, let's say Genshin or something, over here, you're guaranteed to get our weapon and everything else. So, I enjoy that aspect of this game as well. It makes me feel valued for my time and effort and money that I've spent in this game. Now, for all those other ones that kept on saying Brant has so many ER requirements and it's going to be so difficult and everything else, well, without his weapon and everything, yeah, you're not going to really go ahead and meet it and everything else. You can still pick up the character. However, he is a little bit of a higher investment character because he does really want his weapon and is going to kind of feel bad not having that, to be honest. So for me, my advice, if you are going to go ahead and get this character, I'd make sure that you have enough wishes saved up to make sure that you do go ahead and have enough to make sure that he's a complete character and everything else for your team roster. You'll get a lot more enjoyment out of him. However, this is my 70th pull. It did cost me a bit to go ahead and get his weapon, but at least now I got it locked in place, folks. Look at that beauty. That thing is got some nice bit of drip art going on it. I can't wait to go ahead and see how it looks out in the open world at the end of this video. So now that I got his first copy of his weapon and one copy of him, I'm going to go ahead and now try for his S1. I just can't wait to go ahead and see how this goes ahead and goes. I've been looking forward to this the last couple of days, preparing up, getting some of his echoes and everything else built for him, and trying to save up as much as I can being a new player while still making my other characters progress in the meantime. The other thing I like about Brant, unlike some other games I've played in the past, like Genshin, you have the character actually looking like a guy. Venti, I thought when I first started playing it was a girl. Diluc is very plain-faced and you really can't tell anything about him from one character to the next. The character designs here in Wuthering Waves, they're really well detailed and have a lot of thought put in their designs. Even 4-stars like this character over here, Takoi. She has a very nice design and appeal to her on their designs. It just really draws you into the game and makes the world much more believable. And here on my channel, if you happen to go ahead and fail a 50-50, you're not going to hear me say a bunch of 4-letter words or anything like that. We deal with it in a more mature fashion here with our losses. But hopefully I won't have to go ahead and deal with that loss today. Let's see if I can now go ahead and get his S1. And here we go, folks. And I have... Come on now. All right. I got his S1 now, folks.
Pull back. And I
got
to hunt for
interruption resistance now for his kit. He's also going to go ahead and now provide some extra damage. And this will make him a really good DPS. Because I heard some of the people from other channels saying that he feels really bad being knocked out of it without his first sequence for his character design. And having that little extra interruption resistance would be kind of nice to have amplified onto that. So yeah, this is going to be a really great build for my teams. I can't wait to go ahead and see if I can go and pull for his S2 now and make him a full DPS. However, even if I do go ahead and fail at that, I will have enough corals hopefully at the end of this. But let's see what we got pulled up here. Okay, let's go ahead and deal with this in mature fashion. Things happen, folks. Just give me 1 minute. I think we got a technical glitch. I'll be right back on this. We'll take care of this.
There can be only one.
Now that we've taken care of that Razor reject, I guess I'm just going to have to use my coral over here to get Brant. However, now I'm guaranteed my next pull for my next character, and I'm going to go for Cartethia, who's a Nemo character that I can maybe use with Alto as a unique team comp. That is what I've been thinking about in my head.
Well, whatever it is, more power? Now we're stormproof and unstoppable. Let's go, full speed ahead. To which stage will life guide us next? With this, the stage is set for a grand opening. Come on, trim the sails!
And now I'm about to go ahead and show you guys my build so far on my account as a beginning player since January, since it came out in the PlayStation 5. I think he's done pretty well so far, but let's get to his skills first. His first sequence, it happens to go ahead and give him interruption resistance by delaying the action of your enemies, on top of giving him up to 60% extra damage. So a stopping point for S1 does make him a really good DPS or do DPS. Now you come up over here, he gets an extra 30% crit rate, which takes care of the problem that sword gives only 8% and a lot of energy. This makes him a true DPS that he can be on his own and have other characters just go and support him. In my account so far, I gotten him up to 245 energy, and I still have not completely built his sword yet. By the time I'm done, I'll be around 260 energy with the artifact sets I have built so far. Now I got a crit rate piece that I will have to switch out to crit damage. However, this one's going to be hard to replace because it's got energy regen almost 12%. It's got basic attack damage on it. And here's my fusion piece, no energy, but if you look at it, crit rate, crit damage, heavy attack damage, resonance skill damage, attack percentage, that's a great piece. This one, yeah, it's got energy, crit damage, and more energy, which is needed. So I take it. And this piece is another really good piece. I wish I had crit damage over crit rate, However, it's still really good for the secondary stats that it has on it. And here's another piece with more energy regen as well. So I reached the threshold, and this was only with a week of building. Now if you come over to skill tree, you can see over here, he does get crit rate. So by the time I'm done building him up, he's going to be at 87 crit rate. So yeah, I eventually will have to go ahead and get a crit damage piece on him. But overall, he's still very usable right now, and I could probably clear the tower with him in my team sets that I have right now. However, like I said, I'm a casual player. I'm just going to eventually get to that. My main focus is on the open world and enjoyment of the events and gameplay that I have coming up. And you can see I got an S1 Carlotta with weapon, an S4 Roshia. I'm going to eventually go ahead and get her up to S6 with my next round of Coral from wishing on characters I want. And you saw an S2 Encore that I can use as well with Brant and everything else. I think I got a lot of team members built up from 4 stars that are already have their sequences fully built out to S6. So I'm going to be taking my time to actually invest in learning these characters and how they act in the open world and see what I can go ahead and do with the events with them. That's the enjoyment I take with my account and how my channel is going to go and approach these things. While everyone else is worrying about the tower and the meta, I'm going to play team comps that I just find enjoyable, and I'm curious about how they work together, or just because they're my favorite characters. I love Encore, and I'm going to use this team over here with quite a bit of good effect. S2, S4, and another S2 character, all 5 stars. This has been a really good team comp for my account. And here's my favorite. This is lore accurate. I got Carlotta, Roshia, and Brant. All these characters now. I love the storyline, and now I kind of play around the open world and everything else, and kind of use my imagination and kind of enact some of the scenes and everything else. It'd be kind of fun. I think I've done pretty well with my account and some of the team comps I want to go ahead and try out. So if you're looking for a little more casual gameplay where you can enjoy, see the characters, maybe catch some of their idle animations and everything else, and see some great takes from more of a casual player, a little bit older and everything else. I have mentioned in my other videos, I'll be turning 49 years old this year. So I've been playing these games for quite a long time. So I've played the Atari, I've played the original Nintendo, the original Sega, the Sega Genesis, the PlayStation 1, the Super Nintendo, PlayStation 2, 3, and now the 5. And I've also played computer games and gacha games like Black Desert Online, Dragon's Nest, and other things like that. My channel also covers what you see here of just the actions of the characters and some of their character lines and gameplay. And the other thing I love doing is taking scenes like this where I just close off the app and I just showcase the characters, their idle animations, and music that's from the game or anime or other things that interest me. So hit that like and subscribe. Go ahead and come to high seas with me and Brant, and go ahead and enjoy the wonderful world of Wuthering Waves. And remember, folks, go ahead and pull for who you want. Don't go ahead and just go for the meta. Don't always go for the tower, as I mentioned before. And you'll be a lot better off enjoying your account. And don't do it like I did today and go ahead and buy top offs. It's perfectly acceptable to go ahead and get yourself a monthly pass or even a battle pass. So happy wishing. Hope it goes well for you guys. Hit that like and subscribe and check out my other videos. I hope to see you guys soon.